off, we'd like to thank Booster Club for this opportunity to present. We're going to go over the typical presentation that we did in districts and state, but since then we've wanted to add a piece to our presentation, and once we present, that'll kind of make some more sense. So this year for our DECA project, we decided to do the Community Service Scholarship Fund for Mason Atagi, in which he passed in 2015. He was a very close friend to both of us. I first met Mason when I moved here going into freshman year. He was the only kid on the team with pink cleats. I don't know why, but I asked him and he was like, I just like to stand out. And looking back, it made perfect sense because he stood out in so many ways. In the 2 short years I got to know him, we built a very good relationship on and off the field, and I was very blessed to know him for the 2 short years.
Well, with me, it probably started around 2nd, 3rd grade. It started in IYA. Started up from us playing against each other in basketball, and then the Bears Tomorrow program started, and then we both joined that. So it went from one Saturday morning playing against each other, and then a couple hours later wearing the same jersey playing together. And year on, year after that, every year we grew stronger and stronger. It went from him trying to get me to play football to me trying to play soccer, and us playing baseball together. And we got so close that people started calling us Starsky and Hutch. So if you ever wonder why someone calls me Starsky, that's the whole reason behind it. And it was more than just mine and his relationship. His parents and my parents are really good friends. They're close to each other, and my little sister and his little brother and little sister, they're also close. And it was just more family oriented than just on top of that. But with us being so close to the Atagi family, Christina had reached out to me and Trey saying that unfortunately they're probably not going to have enough money in the scholarship this year to award someone, and with it being his senior year, we kind of took it upon ourselves to try and help donate some, get some funds in there. It's originally it's a $1,000 scholarship, and it's $500 the first semester of your first year and $500 your second semester, and it's cash, so that's for books and labs and whatever you need in your dorm, just all that fun stuff.
So in order for all of this to really get started, we first met with the Atagi family. Like Parker said, Christina came to us saying what exactly the issue was. And then second of all, we met with the DECA chapter here at the school. Christina came up, and we all kind of brainstormed ideas. We thought of like 3-on-3 basketball tournaments here at the school, just ways to bring up money. Third, Parker and I and Sam initially were chosen to be the project leaders because of our close relationship with the Atagi family and Mason himself. We started fundraising events, which you'll see was a 50-50 raffle and a silent auction, and then we set an original goal for ourselves of $1,500.
So the first event we chose to do was a 50-50 raffle, and that was held on October 7th at the Chrisman vs. Fort Osage game, which this was also our senior night game. Well, with me and Trey playing football, we really leaned on Sam and the other chapter members to walk up and down the bleachers, spread the word out, let people know what's going on, asking for donations, all this fun stuff. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the 50-50. I imagine you get the total price, and then half of that, the what do you want to call it, the token, so to speak, ticket is pulled out, and whoever has that matching ticket wins 50% of the total ticket sales, and the other half goes to whatever the cause is. Well, that night we had raised $860, and Jeff Dumas, he's a parent of a junior that goes to Crispin. He won the ticket sales, and he donated his portion back. So instead of having $430 to the Scholarship Foundation, it went from $430 to $860. But by the end of that night, Bob Buckley, a well-known lawyer in our area, and we're going to touch up on him in a second, he matched our $860 to a total of $1,720.
Yeah, we can't thank Bob Buckley enough, honestly, for everything he's given to William Chrisman and to this fundraiser. He matched the funds because he created Bears Tomorrow, which is a youth sports organization to bring the youth in Independence area together and to build close relationships at a young age. He knew Mason personally through his youth organization, and that's a large reason as to why he donated.
The second event we chose to do was a silent auction, and it was held at December 16th at the Chrisman vs. Sherman game. We initially chose to do this game also not due to the great rivalry, so there's going to be good attendance. And Mason also had family at Truman, so we thought it'd be a good game to do it. And we had items such as a signed Josh Hamilton jersey, Buffalo Wild Wings donated sauce, we had a Mary Kay basket, and all of that. As you can see, it was set up in the atrium where you guys walked in at, and it was before the ticket booth. So people had to have walked past and wonder what was going on, you know, what's all this? Hey, let's see, type of deal. And so at the end of the night, we had raised $968, and we were very thankful for this because unfortunately that night we had inclement weather, so there was not as many people attending the game as we had anticipated, but it was still a great outcome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. On our silent auction, we had I know Ava was hugging this thing like all night long. And then we had like.
It now sits in my.
I wonder.
Yeah. There was like a mutual war going on over that thing. So we had.
No.
We had items from like for 4-year-olds up to 94-year-olds. I mean, it was pretty cool. We had some really good donations. So kind of to sum up what Parker said, the 50-50 raffle, we raised roughly $1,700, which exceeded our first goal. So the project leaders came together and we said, let's jump it up another 1,000. Let's get it to 2,500. So the silent auction came. We got $968, which brought our new total to 2,688. So we surpassed both of our goals, in which we are very, very thankful to be able to do this in such a giving community.
So the project organization started with our chapter advisor and Christina. They were, you know, the head people. We went to them with our ideas, and then from there it went to the leaders, Sam, Trey, and myself. And you know, we kind of oversaw everything. You know, ran it initially, and then from there it went to our chapter members. And as I explained earlier, they played a big role. They went out, asked for donations, went to local businesses. You know, they did things we couldn't due to other activities we had going on.
Our evaluation, we were very, like I said, thankful to be in such a giving community, and we just can't thank you guys enough. Recommendations to future community service projects would be to definitely start sooner. We kind of started at the beginning of the school year. If you could get a group together in the summer and kind of initial plan, then it makes things a lot better and better organization. But I mean, with the circumstance we were given, we really didn't have that opportunity. But with that being said, we're still very glad with what we were able to accomplish.
And this is a picture of us awarding Christina and Sade the check for all we have raised. And all in all, from this experience, we, one, feel very humbled to get the trust from Christina and Sade to have it on our shoulders, you know, try and help build up the money, and two, how well the community came together. That just shows how well respected and loved Mason was, and we are really pleased with it, and it truly, to us, it helps us keep Mason's legacy alive.
Now that concludes our presentation in which we give at districts and state. But this next slide is, we're going to ask the President Roy Ross to sign our declaration for a sustainability piece, in which that'll be explained.
Oh, it's not on
that.
Oh, no. Sorry.
See if it pulled up on the Google.
We could just talk about it.
Yeah, screw it.
Okay. This sustainability piece, kind of, we after tried to get it on school calendars, but that wasn't able to happen because I'd have to do that to every kid that passes. But Greg McGee, our athletic director, kind of referenced us to Booster Club because it's more family associated and personal. So we're asking the Booster Club to sign a sustainability piece in which you guys will be in control of an annual fundraiser every year, and we're thinking that like a 50-50 raffle at, what game did we decide on?
It's
I think there's like 4 different options.
We have the home Truman game, but see, every year that alters, we go home and away. So we have a home Truman game, or there's a home fort, or we have one that is whichever out of the Truman Fort game, the regular season game, which is home, out of those two, that is the one that we want to plan to do it on.
But I think we're really wanting to do it the Christmas Truman game because that's usually what draws in the larger crowd, and Mason has a lot of family in Truman, so
It was the Fort game this year, so.
Yeah.
Or
That's
Fort.
true.
either
Yeah,
Yeah,
one.
I mean,
that,
Does it
that,
go every
that
other
were the
year?
two.
We
yeah.
talked
Well,
about this
like-
last night.
If Truman's home, Fort will be away.
Yeah,
And then
so
if Fort's
they were-
home,
one of
Truman
them
will
would be
away.
home every
Yeah, so that's
year.
why we have that third one, you know, saying whichever one's home, that's the team we will initially hold the 50-50 raffle on. And like Trey touched up, we're doing this to help keep his legacy alive, and it's also we're doing it to take weight off of Christina's shoulders. Like this year, she was struggling to get money for the scholarship. Well, with us not being here in the halls of Chrisman, it'll be more difficult for us to come back and help and do something like this. So that's why we're trying to set this up to, you know, maybe get a couple $100s. I mean, anything helps. So that's what we're sitting here trying to help and figure out.
I think that concludes it all. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.